What is phrasal structures? Phrasal structure refers to the way that phrases are organized within sentences in natural language syntax. Phrases can be made up of a combination of words, clauses, and other phrases, and they are organized hierarchically within a sentence. Understanding the phrasal structure of a sentence is important for analyzing its meaning and understanding the rules of grammar in a particular language. More recently, there has been a shift towards using computational models to study phrasal structure and syntax. One influential model is the dependency grammar framework, which emphasizes the relationships between words in a sentence rather than their hierarchical structure. Another approach is the constituent-based approach, which uses tree structures to represent the hierarchical relationships between different phrases within a sentence. In English grammar, phrasal and clausal structures refer to different types of units that make up sentences. A phrase is a group of words that work together to convey a single meaning, but it does not have a subject and a verb that form a complete sentence on their own. Phrases can function as different parts of speech, such as a noun phrase, adjective phrase, or adverb phrase. For example, the big black dog is a noun phrase, and very slowly is an adverb phrase. Here are some examples of phrasal structures in sentences, along with an analysis of each. I bought a new book yesterday. This sentence contains a simple noun phrase, a new book, and a simple verb phrase, bought. The noun phrase is composed of the determiner a, the adjective new, and the noun book, which function as a single unit within the sentence. The verb phrase is composed of the verb bought and the adverbial phrase yesterday, which describes when the action occurred. The cat, who was sleeping on the windowsill, woke up suddenly. This sentence contains a more complex noun phrase, which includes a relative clause, who was sleeping on the windowsill, that modifies the noun cat. The relative clause is composed of a relative pronoun, who, a verb phrase, was sleeping, and a prepositional phrase, on the windowsill. The main verb phrase is woke up suddenly, which includes an adverbial phrase, suddenly, that describes how the action occurred. After finishing her homework, she went for a walk. This sentence contains a subordinate clause, after finishing her homework, that functions as an adverbial phrase, modifying the main verb phrase went for a walk. The subordinate clause is composed of a subordinating conjunction, after, a verb phrase, finishing her homework, and an object pronoun, her. The main verb phrase is composed of the verb went and a prepositional phrase, for a walk. The concert that we attended last night was amazing. This sentence contains another example of a relative clause, which modifies the noun concert. The relative clause is composed of a relative pronoun, that, a verb phrase, we attended, and an adverbial phrase, last night. The main verb phrase was amazing, which functions as a predicate, describing the quality of the concert. 5. She sang a beautiful song at the talent show. This sentence contains a simple noun phrase, a beautiful song, and a simple verb phrase, sang. The noun phrase is composed of the determiner a, the adjective beautiful, and the noun song, which function as a single unit within the sentence. The verb phrase is composed of the verb sang and the adverbial phrase at the talent show, which describes where the action occurred. 6. The tall man in the blue suit walked quickly down the street. This sentence contains a more complex noun phrase, which includes multiple modifiers for the noun man. The noun phrase is composed of the determiner the adjectives tall and blue, and the noun man, which all function as a single unit within the sentence. The verb phrase is composed of the verb walked and the adverbial phrase quickly down the street, which describes how and where the action occurred. 7. Although he was tired, he stayed up late to finish his work. This sentence contains a subordinate clause, although he was tired, that functions as a concessive adverbial phrase, indicating a contrast with the main clause. The subordinate clause is composed of a subordinating conjunction, although, and a noun phrase, he, that is modified by an adjective, tired. The main verb phrase is stayed up late to finish his work, which includes a prepositional phrase, up late, and an infinitive phrase, to finish his work. 8. The dog that barks at the mailman belongs to my neighbor. This sentence contains another example of a relative clause, which modifies the noun dog. The relative clause is composed of a relative pronoun, that, a verb phrase, barks at the mailman, and a prepositional phrase, at the mailman. The main verb phrase is belongs to my neighbor, which functions as a predicate, describing the ownership of the dog. 9. The children played happily in the park all afternoon. This sentence contains a simple noun phrase, the children, and a simple verb phrase, played. The noun phrase is composed of the determiner the and the noun children, which function as a single unit within the sentence. The verb phrase is composed of the verb played and the adverbial phrase happily in the park all afternoon, which describes how and where the action occurred. 10. She ordered a pepperoni pizza with extra cheese and mushrooms. This sentence contains a simple noun phrase, a pepperoni pizza, and a verb phrase, ordered, as well as multiple modifiers for the noun phrase. The noun phrase is composed of the determiner a, the noun pizza, and the adjectives pepperoni, extra, cheese, and mushrooms, which all function as a single unit within the sentence. The verb phrase is composed of the verb ordered. 11. Although he didn't have much experience, he got the job anyway. This sentence contains a subordinate clause, although he didn't have much experience, that functions as a concessive adverbial phrase, indicating a contrast with the main clause. The subordinate clause is composed of a subordinating conjunction, although, and a verb phrase, didn't have much experience. The main verb phrase is got the job anyway, which includes an adverb, anyway, indicating a result despite the lack of experience. 12. The movie that we watched last night was really boring. This sentence contains another example of a relative clause, which modifies the noun movie. The relative clause is composed of a relative pronoun, that, a verb phrase, we watched, and an adverbial phrase, last night. The main verb phrase is was really boring, which functions as a predicate, describing the quality of the movie. Overall, phrasal structures are fundamental to understanding how sentences are constructed and how different phrases relate to each other within a sentence. By analyzing the structure of a sentence, we can gain insights into its meaning and better understand the rules of grammar that govern the formation of sentences in a particular language.